This is Platinum Profiles, the show where we take a look at a particular series or developer or maybe even a publisher and chronicle all the platinum trophies that you can still collect in that series as you work towards platinum dominance. This is going to be a very different episode as we're not covering a series but instead a whole developer. But first, check out the last Platinum Profiles episode, which was all about Sonic the Hedgehog, hot off the heels of Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Check out and see what's the best, what's the easiest, what's the hardest platinum in that series. But getting into this one, we're doing it. We're going for a developer this time. We're going up the ladder this time. We're going to do all of Sucker Punch's games, and that includes the recently released Ghost of Yotei. That game looks incredible. Oh, they did such a good job with that game. It looks incredible. I can't wait to try it out. But we're going to look at the whole Sucker Punch history, see which games they released, which platinums are available, the whole shebang. You know how we do on this series. You know how we do. So let's get into it. I can say there's no games without trophy sets, so that's good. However, there are two games that do not have platinum trophies. And the first one is the Sly minigames set that comes with the HD trilogy, the one that Sanzaru Games remastered for Sucker Punch. We have a whole video dedicated to just Sly Cooper already on the channel, a Platinum Profiles episode for that. So if you want to check that out, cool, but you're going to get a rundown of it here as well. And then the other one, sad to say, it's a small game anyways, but no platinum for Infamous Festival of Blood, which is perfect for this month, the spooky month of October. Cole becomes a vampire. How much more sick does it have to be? I wish they would release this in some fashion. Heck, I'd wish they release all the Infamous games in a modern fashion. Let's go. Let's get it going, Sony. But thankfully, there are no unobtainable platinums in all of Sucker Punch's games so far. There is one game that does have online trophies, but we'll get to that later. Your list of games with platinums as follows in chronological order. You have Infamous 1 releasing first, early days of the PS3 life cycle, but you do have trophies in it. Then you got the Sly HD collection games. You have Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus HD, Sly 2 Band of Thieves HD, and Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves HD. All three of those games have a PS3 and Vita version. And then after that, you have Infamous 2 releasing on PS3. I love that game so much. Oh, I love it. Then we get to the PS4. Now we have Infamous Second Son releasing on the PS4, and we have Infamous First Light. And this time they did a smaller standalone game with a platinum trophy, so that's cool. Then we get to the very excellent Ghost of Tsushima, which first released on PS4, and then we got a trophy set for the PS5 version / PC version. That trophy set is shared between the PS5 and PC version. And then we got re-releases of the Sly Cooper trilogy. We have the PS2 Classics versions of Sly 1, Sly 2, and Sly 3. And those have multiple trophies you can get. You have PS5 versions and PS4 versions as well. And finally, we get to our newest released game, of course, Ghost of Yotei. People are enjoying it and they're going for that platinum trophy, which, kind of spoilerish, I guess, for the rest of the video, is not too difficult. It's very much in line with what Ghost of Tsushima is, at like a 3 out of 10 kind of difficulty, where you can play it on any difficulty you like. It's very much in line with that game. You're not getting anything that's like out of the ordinary with that. So we'll get to our total number of platinums that you can get for this developer. With all versions, of course, that number is 19. 19 platinums if you want to dominate the platinum space for all of Sucker Punch's games. And this is a new segment that I'm adding to these videos. I can't believe I didn't think about this earlier. We're going to talk about our rarest platinum. Yeah, why didn't I do this earlier? I don't know. It's pertinent information. But of course, Ghost of Yotei is very new. People are still working on it. and getting the Platinum Trophy. Not everybody has it. So technically that is the rarest Platinum on PSN currently, but that number is going to change. The one that has settled, in fact, a long time ago, and on the PSN it sits at a 1.9% rarity, is Infamous 1. Yes, this is your rarest Platinum in all of Sucker Punch's games. So if you're a rare Platinum Trophy hunter, you go for all the rare ones, like the 0 points and your 1 points and 2 points, the ones that are usually pretty difficult to get. I'm not gonna say everything is hard to get, but it is Infamous 1 that is the rare one you want to go after. And now we'll get to our Platinums with online trophies. I mentioned there is one that has, and that game is Infamous 2. Yes, Infamous 2 has online trophies. How? Well, they have a UGC mode, which is a user-generated content mode, where you get to create like levels using their own system. It came out, I believe, at launch. I could be wrong about that. Maybe it was patched in. I can't remember. It's been a long time ago. But it's been there. It had to come out at launch because the trophies were out at launch. Yes, it's been there since launch. See, we worked it out together, guys. Cool. But yeah, you have a couple trophies for this, and when the UGC mode goes down, as in there's no more connection to it because it is connected to online, so will those trophies. So make sure you go in and get those few trophies you need to do. It'll literally take you half an hour to get all those trophies. I think there's about 3 or 4 of them. I have it in my Platinum Hunter's Guide for Infamous 2. Check that out if you want to go in and get this Platinum still, which you can still do. You better hurry up though. They did say they'll sunset it one day. Go and get that Platinum. It is the only one in all of Sucker Punch's games that has online trophies. Moving on now, we go to our average Platinum difficulty of the series before we start talking about our hardest and easiest Platinums. You have it at a 3.3 out of 10. So most of these games do sit on the lower side of things that bring that number down. You got a lot of 3s, you got a lot of 4s, you got some 2s, but your hardest Platinum, and the only one that ventures past the 4 mark, is Infamous 1. I think this is a 5 out of 10. People rate this often as a 5 out of 10, and that's because you have hard mode to deal with in this game, which is pretty difficult. Compared to Infamous 2, I think they nerfed hard mode quite a bit. In the first game, it's brutal. Oh boy. Yeah, hard mode in Infamous 1 is very, very difficult to deal with, but if you persevere through it and keep trying, keep being smart, keep upgrading your abilities, you can do it. I believe in you. And then the other part that makes this difficult is the collectibles, which you would think would be easy to navigate through. A lot of games have collectibles. Anything with open world usually has collectibles that even if you have to get 100%, no problem. Well, this is the early days. There's no way to really track in-game how to get the blast shards, and there is 350 of them if I'm not mistaken. So if you don't use an interactive map and you want to go back and find 1 or 2 blast shards that you missed, if you don't do it properly and use a proper mapping system, it's going to be impossible to find those 2 shards. I've done this before where I went through the whole interactive map, missed blast shards, and had to go to every location again. What an annoying piece of crap. But I did it because I wanted to and I wanted this Platinum. Those aspects make this Platinum the hardest. But now we'll go to our easiest Platinum trophy in all of Sucker Punch's games. And we've talked about this before. It is Sly 2 Band of Thieves HD, the PS3/Vita version. You can get the whole rundown in my other Platinum Profiles episode, but essentially it's the easiest because most of the trophies are story related, right until you defeat the last boss. There's only a couple of trophies for collecting clue bottles, as in collect all the clue bottles in one of the 8 maps. Only one of the 8 maps, and then you have to get a certain number of coins as well, which can be a little bit difficult, but if you just pickpocket and play through the game, you're really not going to have a problem with that. It's going to be very easy to get that stuff. This game is very, very easy to platinum. It's even easier than the first game, which I find difficulty-wise, Sly 2 is a little bit naturally harder to beat. So there you go. That's your easiest platinum trophy for this. And now we only have one thing left to do, and that's to crown the best platinum trophy in all of Sucker Punch's games. And I'm tempted to give it to Ghost of Tsushima, which is a very, 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 very fun romp and a very nice, streamlined platinum trophy. It's one of the best platinum trophies that I have experienced in the last decade. But we have to go a little further back than that. We have to give this to the GOAT, Infamous 2. Infamous 2 is the best platinum in my opinion. It really is an experience, this game. It's so good, and I don't know why we can't play it in some kind of modern form that's not stuck on the PS3. You have all the aspects from the first Infamous that made it great, except now when you're collecting the blast shards, you have an in-game way of tracking them down, so you never have to leave the game to go to the internet and grab a map. You don't need that. You're going to be able to find all the blast shards in-game. What a great quality of life change. And while you still have to play the game on hard mode and beat it on hard mode for that second playthrough, whether you decide to do your good playthrough or evil playthrough, it's not as hard as the first game. It definitely got nerfed, and the difficulty is not as bad. It's not as punishing as the first game's hard mode, so it's a little bit more enjoyable in that sense. And then combined with all the other trophies you have to do, upgrading your powers and pulling off certain stunts and stuff like that. Even the actual stunt system itself in the game, there's a section that's called stunts. It's actually better than the first games as well. But the story, especially the two endings, magnificent. This is your best platinum trophy. Just trust me. Infamous 2 gets the crown here. The GOAT. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He gets it. And thank you for sticking around for this Platinum Profiles episode. Man, just reminiscing on Infamous 2 makes me happy. It makes me happy. Do all the things that YouTube loves you to do and hype up this video. Give me your hype energy so we can make the hype spirit bomb and drop it on Frieza's ass. Do it. Please. Please. Really please. And thank you guys for watching. Let me know down in the comment section what other Platinum Profile episodes I should make. There's plenty of series and even publishers and developers to chronicle. What do you want to know? Any and all thoughts, of course, in the comment section. I hope all your trophy hunting expeditions going after Sucker Punch's games and their platinums go incredibly well, and peace out.